Dante's Boxer Nation, what's going on, guys? So after Devin Haney wins a unanimous decision over Vasily Lomachenko, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, they decide to fine Devin Haney $400,000 for the shove at the weigh-in. I'm telling you guys right now, you guys really need to pay attention to what is going on in the sport of boxing right now, because this is really dangerous. What's going on right now in the sport of boxing is really dangerous. I've always told you guys, boxing is based on race, nationality, and pride, in that order. And the racial tension for this fight is at an all-time high. See, because of social media, we get to see the racism in high definition. Not 4K, but 20K, crystal clear. Back in 2014, Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier, they were involved in a big brawl at the press conference. Jon Jones was fined $50,000, and Daniel Cormier, he was fined $9,000. By way of contrast, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, they fined Devin Haney nearly $500,000. There were no fines when Canelo Alvarez pushed Caleb Plant. There were no fines when Jose Benavidez pushed Terrence Crawford. That $400,000 fine, that was the commission's way of telling Devin Haney to know your place. We know this is a boxing match. We know emotions run high and people always shove each other and do things like this leading up to a fight. We know you're the American champion and we're in America and you're fighting against someone who's not American. But that still does not change the fact that you're fighting against a white man and you're black. This was no longer just a well-promoted boxing weigh-in that got fans even more anxious to watch the fight. They felt that that push was a threat to white supremacy. You know, there was a cut man by the name of Todd Habib. He passed away years ago. He worked with a lot of the professional fighters, and like I said, he knew pretty much everyone in the industry. So years back, I met him when I was covering one of the fights, and he followed my channel and he wanted to stay in contact with me, so we exchanged contact information. But then once I started to talk to him, I found out quickly that he had these very strong old media views towards black fighters. Any of the black fighters that were considered a threat. Number one, pound for pound, etc., etc. He could not stand Terrence Crawford, and he hated Andre Ward. But of course, when I start hitting him with too much logic and I start asking him rhetorical questions, why he dislikes them so much, he could never answer it. He could never explain why. He would use the same talking points that the race fans use on the internet, and I would shut every single point he would use down with complete facts and stats that he could not refute. Now, he would try to justify his disdain for Terrence Crawford by bringing up the fact that Terrence Crawford had got rocked by Gamboa. Now, this was years ago, but at this time, Andre Ward was considered pound for pound number one, the best fighter in the world, and Terrence Crawford was somewhere on the list working his way up the ladder. Well, I'm telling you guys all of this because Todd was really close to the executive director of the commission at the time. And Todd would tell me how they hated Andre Ward. And I would ask him, why would the commission hate Andre Ward? And he would just go into these rants that just didn't make any sense, you know, where he's talking about, oh, you know, Andre Ward, he's so arrogant, you know, he's inactive, and then he wants to have things this way or that way. He's just so difficult to work with. This was around the time when, once again, Floyd Mayweather had already retired. Andre Ward's personality was the opposite of Floyd Mayweather. But for some strange reason, the hatred towards Andre Ward, once he was perceived as pound for pound number one, the best fighter in the world, was almost worse than the hate that Floyd Mayweather received. This was around the time that Andre Ward was a little inactive, and fans were calling him SOB instead of SOG. I remember seeing these comments on my videos where people would be calling him an inactive bastard, etc., and flat out saying that they couldn't stand him, they hated him. And according to this man, Todd Habib, he was really good friends with the head of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. And he's constantly telling me how much the commission, they can't stand Andre Ward. Without giving me any serious reason, if the commission felt that way about Andre Ward that didn't do anything, imagine how they felt about Devin Haney when he pushed Lomachenko at that weigh-in. Well, they showed us exactly how they felt about Devin Haney when they fined him damn near $500,000. Devin Haney, he responded to Lomachenko. He said, "This guy is an effing sore loser. Get this privileged sore loser out of boxing. He makes excuses as he goes. Take your loss like a man and stop crying. It was set up for you to win for the third time in your career, and you failed. Tell the commission to give me my $400K back for that push." End quote. That was a great point when Devin Haney said it was set up for you to win a third time in your career and you failed, because it was definitely set up that way. Lomachenko now has 3 losses on his record, and he has not avenged any of them. He lost to a fighter shorter than him. He lost to a fighter taller than him. He lost to counterpunchers. He lost to aggressive brawlers, and he lost to intelligent boxers. Lomachenko is a great fighter, but he dropped the ball on 3 different occasions, and he never made up for it, and he has no one to blame but himself. Lomachenko, he lost the 12th round in the Lopez fight, and in the Devin Haney fight, it was Devin that showed he wanted the fight more because he clearly won the 12th round. And then Lomachenko says at the press conference, "I pretty much gave that round up because I had thought I had already won the fight." Why would you be thinking you already won the fight when the fight is not over yet? Coincidentally, that's almost the exact same thing he said after the Lopez fight. But the truth is, Lomachenko, he didn't give up the round. Devin was just fighting harder than Lomachenko was. Devin dug down deeper. Devin wanted it more than Lomachenko did. And the hard work paid off. Devin, he also said, "Get this privileged, sore loser out of boxing. He makes excuses as he goes." There's no doubt about it, but when it comes to Lomachenko being a sore loser, I'm going to make an entire separate video to really point out how much of a sore loser Lomachenko is. Because the truth is, Lomachenko, he comes off as a person that doesn't talk too much. He comes off like he's the type of person that's like, I'm just going to show you what I do in the ring. I'm going to show you fight night what I'm all about. But every time Lomachenko loses, he reveals his true character. And I'm going to definitely elaborate on that. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.